comes to walking, as with everything else, do a little bit of a route reconnaissance for your journey. Decide, the safest route for you to go, the most efficient route for you to go, and also red sell it. So red selling is acting like the enemy. So think like the enemy, put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, where would I launch an attack against somebody on this route? Other than that, let's get started with some of these basic tips here. The first tip is to stride with confidence. Criminals will take less than 7 seconds to decide if they're going to attack you or not. And one of the things that they look at, surprisingly, is your stride. So your stride should be strong and should exude that you are physically fit and confident. Now, your speed needs to be a tiny bit faster than those around you, if possible. And also maintain your awareness. Make sure you're looking around, scanning your environment as you go. Criminals are looking for anybody's stride that's different and somebody that maybe looks ungainly, uncoordinated, or easy to attack. So don't be one of those people. Next, obviously, there's strength in numbers, so travel with a friend. Stay in well-lit areas and avoid dangerous shortcuts. So you think, oh, that dark alley that's isolated might be an easy shortcut. Why isn't everybody taking it? Well, the reason everybody is not taking it is basically because it's dangerous. They may not know about it, but also it's dangerous and isolates you. So be especially cautious of taking those shortcuts. Identify the places on your route that are safe havens. So these are places that might have security in place. They might be open extended hours, or they might have a lot of people around who may provide some aid for you. Some of those great spots are like fire stations, certain hospitals, if they have an emergency room, then they usually have some type of security staff, or some other business that has a security staff, again, that stays open longer hours. So if you're in trouble, you can go to one of those locations and maybe get some help. Also walk closer to the curb and avoid corners, bushes, doorways, alleyways, places where it might be easy for an attacker to come out and snatch you quickly and drag you around the corner somewhere where you can't be seen. Also be alert to transitional spaces. Transitional spaces are places where there's a change in your environment that allow easy access to criminals. And typically when you change environments, it takes you a while to get your baseline set. So for example, coming out of your car into a parking lot is a change of environment and a transitional space. And then that parking lot into the store, out of the store, back into the parking lot, transitional space. So be especially cautious in those areas like parking lots and the areas just outside of storeways and the sidewalk and entranceway areas. Carry your bag tight to your body. If you carry your bag so it's easy to snatch, you're going to be more likely to invite attack. However, keep in mind that your life is worth more than your property. If you're carrying it the right way and get attacked, be ready to release that bag immediately. I can't tell you how many countless videos I've seen of especially older ladies or older gentlemen who are attacked, and then they fight and struggle over their property like they're going to keep it from a young professional mugger. And what happens is they get a lot more hurt because they're fighting over that property. They ultimately lose their balance. They fall down and sometimes break their bones or hit their head, and it causes them a lot of problems. So keep it tight so you're not easily selected. If they go for it, be prepared to let it go quickly. Common sense says that you don't expose flashy items. Again, I've seen countless robberies of ladies that have expensive purses or men that walk around with expensive watches. You're just going to target yourself. So be cautious of that. I'm not saying don't look good, don't be proud of the things that you own. But when you do wear those things, just understand some people may be watching you for the wrong reasons. If you take a cab, Uber, or whatever, make sure it is your driver. Again, countless cases of young ladies, especially drunk ladies, getting into cars thinking that there's some type of driving service when it isn't. Also, it doesn't hurt to, if you develop any doubts about your driver and what's going on, get on your phone, start video chatting somebody, make sure you show the driver's face, and stay on the line with that person the entire time. When in doubt, one of the things you can do as a provocative maneuver, and I get into provocative maneuvers more into the book, and that comes from the counter-surveillance world, is if you think someone's following you, cross the street. Now, if they follow you once, pay a lot of attention to that. If they follow you as you cross a street twice, then that's probably enemy action, and you need to take that seriously. Do not get taken to a secondary location. If you're walking and somebody attempts to snatch you or lure you into a secondary location or stuff you into a car, I would generally advise you to fight with everything you have right there, even if it means that you're going to get seriously injured. Because whatever they're afraid to do to you right there, they're not going to be afraid to do to you when they get you somewhere isolated. Again, endless stories of young ladies that get forced into cars or taken to secondary locations and they're never heard from again. Most self-defense instructors will tell you that they would rather take their family and drive off a cliff in a car than let them get taken there to a secondary location. So take that advice seriously. Also, don't stop and engage with strangers. I'm not saying be impolite, but you can always act like you're in a hurry. Say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't have time. Have a good day," and then walk, walk, walk. They're trying to stop you at a specific place, the X, which marks the spot of the ambush, and they're trying to use a ruse or some reason to distract you. Even if they're an innocent person, if you don't really have a good reason to talk to them when it comes to your safety, just be polite and move along relatively quickly. So when in doubt, just walk, walk, walk.